me. It is Tuesday, the 16th of December, and doing something a little bit different today. I normally don't do on Tuesdays. Usually I only do it on Saturdays and Sundays. But, ta-da! Got the table set up. So, got samples, tasters, last of my barbecue sauce. Good morning, Steve. So it's a Tuesday, and I've got the flags up. I got the everything going today. Looks like I see some bees flying back here. It was too cold yesterday. I was going to do this yesterday, but it was just too cold. I didn't feel like getting out. Good morning, good morning. And you can see I got shadowy, spotty shadows over here. I'm trying to sell some honey today. I had one lady stop, but you see that pink hive that's in the sun right there? Let's see. There's bees flying. We got bees over there, and I got bees flying out of that nuke over there. And look at that, bees flying. So, we have bees flying today. It's always nice. Let me flip this around. Except for when there's nothing for them to get, like right now. Who knows? Maybe they'll find something. At least a little bit of pollen or something. Start getting that going. I did go in on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, and drop some pollen patties in to try to give them something. If anything, it's got sugar in it. That'll help them out. But we're just out here today trying to see if it makes a difference. I'm sure if I do sell anything today, it won't be much. But I know if I don't sit out here, I won't sell anything. probably won't sell anything. Once in a while, I have people stop by and buy a couple jars of honey or something. And it went so good this weekend, I had to go bottle some more 1-pounders. So stock back up on the 1 pounds. These are the last of my 3-pounders for right now. I've got another case of pints in the house and some jars, so I can make those. I've got those jars, and I've got a few more of those jars as far as available empty jars, right, to fill up. But it's I need to sell some more candles. We need to get rid of those. But it's all good. So we're just sitting out here today trying to see if Tuesday will do anything. If I sell one, that's one more than I had before, right? Nice, James. I actually had to go to the bank, or I would have been out here earlier. I had to deposit my honey money from the weekend. And trying to make that, and of course, low battery. Of course, it's low battery. We wouldn't have it any other way on my thing. But I got something for that too. So what I learned a while ago is if you're going to do a show or something, these little battery backups come in immensely handy, because I could plug in my credit card machine. Let me set you down for just a second. I can plug in my credit card. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate you, buddy. I can plug in my credit card machine, and all of a sudden I got a charge, or it's charging. So turn that off and save that battery. But and if I'm on too many lives that day, I can plug my phone in and charge it up as well. Well, I'll tell you what I did, or what I didn't do actually, is after Sunday, I left all my honey and everything right in the back of my truck, in order to not have to loaded in the truck, loaded off the truck, that type of thing. However, today, if I have any sales today, or if I don't, I'll end up having to take all these inside today. I just didn't want to get it rained on and all that stuff, but I'm sorry, underneath the wires here. You could tell on Tuesday, there's very different traffic on this road behind me than normally. So we're going to see, around 3:15, 3:30, right in that area. The school buses and all will be going by, people going to pick up their kids, stuff like that. So I didn't worry about getting out here too early this morning because I had errands to run, but is what it is. Is what it is, guys. And we just come out here and do our best and try to talk to customers if they show up. And I did learn something interesting. Now, not everybody here pays with a card. But I was looking at my reports. I was looking at my credit card reports from the weekend, and actually for the whole year. And all the credit card sales that I've used have been 40, they average right at $40. And when I say $40, depending on when you look at it, it might be 46 one time and 35 the other time. But what it does tell me is that people are buying more than just Runny Honey, right? Because I don't have a $40 bottle of Runny Honey. I've got a 30 and I've got a 10. They could get 40 that way, but more than likely it was something and a creamed honey, or something and a barbecue sauce, or something like that. So it's the little add-on sales that add up. And yeah, so it was a good time. I think I'm down to about 2 cases of actual jarred creamed honeys, and I do have a bunch of creamed honey in my cooler, which I guess would be a warmer today. It's not really a warmer, but it's just not having to run because it's cold outside, I would imagine, helping to keep it cool inside to run that. So hey, how's it going, Sean? So yeah, it's definitely a thing. We'll see. May not sell anything today, guys. I might just be sitting out here talking to you guys for another day, which is fine with me. Christmas. Christmas candles. I gotta sell honey because the Lord has blessed me with the ability this month to make sure that next month's mortgage is covered, right? In my current situation, that next month's mortgage is covered, and that's always a blessing. So we're trying to do what we can to keep it going. And right now, selling honey is the way, right? For me, it's the low-hanging fruit. Until I'm out of low-hanging fruits, until I'm out of honey, right? I can still sell honey. So that's what we're gonna do. And if I need to get honey, I'll have to lean on my friends. I know Hope sent me some people that sell honey to try to make it through until we harvest again. And hopefully, we can make some splits and grow a little bit and not sacrifice the honey crop to do it. It's that's always kind of the tightrope, right? Either you can expand or you can do honey. Not always does it work well together, but we're going to try to make it a good year for that, and split off some nukes and start some new colonies and get that going, because we need that going forward, right? So always need something for the honey. And that's kind of why when I was talking the other day about, I think it's Chilton Bee Company, the way he was doing it, I liked that because he was waiting till after the honey flow, then he was splitting immediately and putting feed on them, right, to help them build up. And if they didn't make it, if they had a queen come back, great. If they didn't, You could always merge those back, or something like that. There's other things you can do, but it's just a matter of doing what I can to expand my colonies. But what's that do? Kicks the can to 27 at that point, right? So had I been doing this along, maybe it would have worked out better for me as far as growth and sustainability. So we're gonna work towards that. Sean, I think right now about 50 is my magic number. Right now, because I have 3 out yards. If I had 15 here, 15 at my other out yard, that would be 30. No, that would be too many. So 45 to 50, I might have to keep 20 here, or some nukes out here, stuff like that. But I kind of, what I need to do is be the guy, right? I'm not the guy right now. I'm the guy for like creamed honey around here and stuff like that. But one thing that the guy from Chilton Honey Company said was, it's hard for beekeepers. I guess where he's at, it could be different everywhere, right? But it's hard for beekeepers to grow and sustain on honey sales alone. So that's why he does the things he does. Yeah, 260. Yeah, it's not bad. So it is something that I need to work towards, grafting queens, mating queens. It does 2 things. It gives me the availability to sell queens, and it gives me the availability to expand rather nicely that way. If you have extra queens, you can always overwinter some nukes, sell them in the spring, and really be a full service beekeeper, if that's a way. If you think about full service gas stations, you'd pull up, they would wash your window, fill the tank, you know what I mean? They could stop at one spot. The Walmart of beekeeping, I guess, where, hey, I can always go to this guy and get a nuke, or I can always go to this guy and get a queen, or something like that. And then once the word gets out, then all of a sudden, the traction picks up, and you can do what you need to do. But I have to get to that point. Have to get to that point. Yeah, that's not a bad price with the shipping, $260. As long as it's good honey and that they haven't gotten it in from like China and bottled it or bucketed it up to send it to you, it's a good thing. So yeah, definitely looking for those types of things. The problem is, it's like anything, when you don't have a job, you're limited on your resources, so you have to be really careful on what you buy and what you don't buy, right? I can't sell honey if I don't have it, but I can't buy honey if I don't have money. So it's one of those things, right? Where you just end up having to bite the bullet to get honey in, and who knows how much I need. I don't know. I mean, I've never really pushed to sell that honey, right? I've never really pushed to, hey, let me sell all my honey. That's kind of the thing that I've got to work towards, is figuring out what is that number. Every year it changes, right? I made 200 pounds less than I made last year. If I had that 200 pounds this year, maybe that's enough, maybe it's enough. But at this point, to get 200 pounds, what's that? 3 to 4 buckets is what I would need. So you're looking at about $1,000 in honey, a little over 1,000 actually. So it's definitely a double-edged sword. Luckily, I've got tons of boxes and frames. Will I have to re-wax some? Absolutely will. But I've got equipment. No, so yeah, don't get me wrong. I love the tablets. I still use them. They're in my colonies right now. But the employment situation just wasn't going to work moving forward. So we called that a day. I still sell them. I still got them. I got 6 cases if anybody needs them. Just let me know. I might even give you a special price on them if you want to get a bunch. I can definitely get those out for you. Still got the swarm lure, but it's not swarm season, right? So that's going to be a few months. And hopefully the planets will align and it'll be a good year for swarm lure sales. It'll be, it's been a good year on honey sales so far. It's just selling more than what you got, right? You're out of honey now too? Yeah, that's an issue. I mean, I made 1,000 pounds this year. Not a lot. I mean, 1,000 pounds. I guess it's more than some, but not as much as some, right? But the thing is that I really, really, really don't want to run out of honey, and because I don't want my people looking anywhere else. I want to be their guy, right? And they're going to buy honey, and if they're not buying it from you, they're buying it from somebody. And if they get to that person, that might be the last time you see them over at your place, In my situation, it's at my place, but it could be the last time. I had one guy said that he's been buying it at the big market downtown, and I had to educate him a little bit. I said, well, first of all, that's not local honey. It's from like Rock Hill, right? And I'm like, it is South Carolina honey, but it's not local honey, not like right here in your backyard local honey. So who knows? While I have honey, they'll probably come here. And now he did buy a big container, so we'll see. But, I'm just not convinced that I'll have enough to make it. Right now, I would have to say probably not, judging by the way the last weekends went. And that's all good. I mean, it was a good weekend, good customer interaction, lots of people showing up. So I really do appreciate them. And I even tell my customers, look, I don't do a lot of markets. Maybe one, right, is one a year outside of my table out here. And I said, one of the reasons is I don't want to run out of honey. And I want to be able to serve the people in my community, which I said, because you guys support me all year. You come here and buy honey. So I don't want to run out and then you guys can't get it until I have it again. That's not a good model of business, is it? Nothing makes me worse than I drive all the way to a specific store and they don't have what I'm looking for, and I have to go to another store. And I am the guy that if I can't find it at a certain store in a certain way, I won't even stop there to look for it anymore. I'll just go to the next store that I know will have it. So I definitely don't want those customers to go anywhere else. Yep, they ran out of honey and came to you. That's it. And if you don't run out of honey, they will continue to come to you. And that's kind of my goal. That's been my goal. That's why I don't do a lot of advertising and putting the information out there as far as the honey. If I'm out here, I put it on Facebook. If I'm not out here, I don't put it on Facebook. And sometimes I still do sell honey. People stop, and I've got certain customers that won't stop at the table. Sean, I bought 60 pounds when I was up at Charlie's place, and I used a little bit to wax foundations, and I had a bunch. But with that being said, I did order some off of Amazon, so it ended up being a mix of mine and theirs. Now, definitely a difference in the candles. I can show you real easily the difference between the wax that I bought on Amazon. See that color? It's wax from Amazon. See that color? Let me see if I can put them up side by side. Maybe you could tell a difference. The wax that I bought from Charlie, I didn't buy it from Charlie, but up There you go. Sorry, disconnected while I was talking. But the wax I bought up at Charlie's is a little bit darker than the wax that I get from Amazon. Hasn't really stopped anyone from buying candles from me or anything like that. Because I'm not at a market, I don't sell a lot of candles. I haven't sold a lot of candles. I haven't sold much board butter. I did sell one this past weekend, but you know, they're coming here for honey, so I sell more creamed honey and barbecue sauce and stuff like that at my table. But they won't sell. I have sold well over enough to pay for all into candles. So so that, you know, it's a benefit. Now, will I have Christmas candles until next Christmas? More than likely. And then it becomes a storage issue, right? So that's the other thing. The other thing, here's a recommendation. I bought these little Christmassy cellophane bags off of Amazon. Great idea. But note to self, don't buy them with logos on them. Don't buy them with Christmas logos because first thing is, it's hard to see the candle inside the bag with the printing that's on the bag. Second thing is, somebody might want to buy a candle when it's not Christmas without Christmassy logo on it. So if they were just plain cellophane bags, then it's basically one time fits all. Now you could always do something like put a ribbon around the bag or something at Christmas time to make it a little more Christmassy decorative. But note to self, don't pigeonhole myself on seasonal type stuff. So that's kind of the little tidbit for the day, right? Is just don't pigeonhole yourself with a certain thing, right? So yeah, I'm going to. I've got one that actually the tie came off of, and I'll pull that out so they can smell it and see what it smells like and all that type of thing. But yeah, I got the table out today, Brian, and just hanging out with my buds on YouTube here, and trying to plot my next plan, right? Blessings. I mean, I made more than enough. My honey money has been sustaining me. Now, we ain't living luxurious, but it is definitely enough to where the mortgage is getting paid and the lights are staying on, and you know, the internet and stuff like that. Specifically the internet, because I could imagine if the internet got shut off and I had to turn the internet back on, how many messages I would have. Why didn't you go live Tuesday night? Stuff like that. So yeah, I actually tried that too, Brian. I put a post up if anybody needed any honey, that I would be out and I'd be willing to bring it by. So just to see how anybody would respond to it. Right now, a lot of thumbs up, but no takers on that at the moment. Kind of hoping that somebody at the hospital sees it and says, hey, come on and bring honey. And then you got 3,000 people working there that could be exposed to you, right? So we're trying new things for sure. And we're going to get it going. I mean, this in itself on a Tuesday is a new thing for me, right? Coming out on a Tuesday. I did have one person stop, said they're coming back. So I'll tell you what I did find. Let me show you all this. So I got 2 jars of honey. One is this year's and one is last year's. And I don't know where I found that pint on my table and put it in the warmer, but just to show you the 2 different colors of honey from last year to this year. If you can tell. Eh, definitely different. So probably hold it up to the light. You see how that's like a golden color, and this is a darker color. So it's just I got one guy that always asks me for the light color, and I do have one now. The guy that wanted me was bugging me for the barbecue sauce. He did buy one this weekend, so he stopped by, and same guy that likes the light honey. You're sold out, Hanley. So yeah, I'm trying not to sell out. I'm trying to sell out, but I need to find honey that I can sell as a replacement, that I can get in the budget that I have, right? That's kind of the caveat there, is I've got to find something that's in the price range of what I've got. So we'll see how it goes, and kind of try to make it. We've made it this far. We're gonna make it through, guys. We're gonna make it one way or another. Have no choice in the matter. We've got to do it. But it's nice when you make enough selling honey to where it's equal to what your wife brings home from work for 2 weeks. And not to disparage what she's doing, but I'm just trying to say that it does make things a little bit easier. It's like having 2 full-time jobs, but it has its drawbacks, right? You never know. When I set the table out here, I don't know if I'm going to make $0 or $500 or $800 or $100. You know, you just don't know what it's going to be when you sit out like this. You know, Saturday wasn't great, couple $100, and then I thought, well, Sunday, if you watch my first video I put out on Sunday, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to probably sell anything today, and it ended up being a really good day. So it's kind of, I'm trying to get to the point to where I don't, how do I put this? I don't stop myself, right? I don't stop myself from being able to sell. If I was just sitting at my computer today, I wouldn't sell any honey, probably. At least I'm giving myself an opportunity to sell honey by coming out here. So trying to work through that. You know, we've told like Alex, hey, you need to get out of your comfort zone. Well, I'm getting out of my comfort zone, right? I'm trying to combat that laziness somewhere. Yeah, see, and that's the difference, right? I have to be able to take advantage of. We've got plenty of disadvantages beekeeping in the South. I need to take advantages of the good things that I have, right? Like the ability to sit out here and sell honey. You know, that's a good thing. I've even contemplated in my mind getting with some of you guys and buying some of you guys' honey at maybe a wholesale price, just to offer up honeys from different places, right? That are coming right from beekeepers, to try to have something on the table, give people different honeys they can taste. You know, if they're not all about the, hey, it's got to be local, then we could definitely do something like that. Just came by to see what my bees were doing back there, but yeah, it's just it's one of those things, right? Just trying to always looking for opportunity, and what makes sense and what we can make profitable for our businesses. Now, one great thing, and I'm not disparaging the market folks. The market folks, that's what you guys like to do, and that's fun, and you guys do well at it, and that's a blessing. My blessing is I don't have to pay market fees, right? I don't pay any of that stuff. So let's say if I had to pay $50 in market fees, well, hypothetically, I'm giving them basically 5 jars of honey, right? And to pay for that market fee. Actually, you could make a case that it's much more than that because of the input costs on the stuff, right? That's just gross to gross. The wind on this flag keeps knocking it over because it's got the tether on it. When the wind blows, it really just loosens it in the ground. And I'm trying to find a spot I can jam this thing in to keep it from falling over. It may not happen, but that side is a pain. I need to get me some pipe and knock it down, or dig a hole, put the pipe in the ground where I can then just stick the flags right in the pipe, right, and hold it up. Do something like that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. And I know everybody's looking forward to going to Knobby and doing all that, and I wish I could go. I mean, I enjoy seeing all of you hanging out, having fun, joking, laughing, and just can't do it, guys. Can't do it this year. And it doesn't look like the event's going anywhere. It's doing well. Cayman's doing well with that, and I hope it continues to go that way for them, and everything looks good. Yeah, the honor system, I've thought about doing a box like that here. However, I get a lot of just foot traffic up and down this road, not even when it's not cars, just foot traffic. And I'm worried that somebody on the foot traffic side of things would help themselves to my honey and not be very honorable. And of course, I don't know if that would be the case or not. I thought about setting up a honey vending machine, like I think it was Rob from La Robbie's had one a couple years ago. He got permission to put it, I think, at a flea market or some kind of market, and he just goes by and filled it up with honey, and they can just buy it right there. I don't know if he's still doing that or not. That's been a couple years probably now since he was doing videos with that, but that would be a neat idea. If you had the traffic for that, it'd be a good idea to get one of those concrete pads that they use for AC units and set it out in the yard and run an outlet out here and just plug it in where people can just drive in and go to the vending machine and get their honey, and all you have to do is come out during the week and fill it up, right? Put a pad in the bottom so when the honey drops it doesn't break the jar or something, but because that would be a hot mess, right? But at any rate, guys, I figured you guys might like to hang out for a minute this morning, or it's probably afternoon now. And just like that, I look up, and guess what? My flag is down, the one I just fixed. Or I guess didn't fix if it fell down that quick. But that gives you an idea. I'm constantly fighting with this one over here. If it doesn't have the stake in the ground, then it just spins around and nobody can read it. So it's let me see if I can go in a little bit. Yeah, maybe that'll work. We'll see. They're kind of bendy on the top like a fishing rod, so you can't really grab the top and put it in the ground. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing today, is sitting here just trying to sell. All right, Sean, we'll see you later. Yeah, I might try that. I might need to build one of those little boxes and get it painted up and see if people would stop and buy honey from it, and see how that goes. My peanut butter and jelly creamed honey was sitting in it was sitting in a box, and it was kind of angled, and it was outside in the cold, so now it looks empty on one half. It's all in one corner. That's weird, but it still tastes good. But at any rate, guys, I hope you all have a good day, and it is my intention to go live tonight. So we will hopefully see you tonight. Around 8 o'clock is when I usually go, Eastern Standard Time. So come join us. We'll try to figure out something that's not so I guess one-sided of a topic, right? I've been watching streams, and everything has been so knobby-centric. We'll say that. So knobby-centric. And last time I tried to talk about me getting ready to do splits, and people are like, I still got snow over here. Why are you talking about splits? Well, I don't have snow. I do have a... Oh, she just landed on me and then took off. I had a bee land on my leg and then take off again. But we'll try to figure something. So if you got any questions or anything, or, be sure to come and bring questions. And if you want to join us, join us. The more the merrier, up till 6. Because that's all I can have on the screen at one time. And hope to see y'all soon. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye for now.